Hello everyone, and welcome to today's Dynamics 365 Tech Talk. Today's topic is New Store Commerce Point of Sale Application for Dynamics 365 Commerce. My name is Erin and I'll be your moderator today. We are broadcasting this session through Teams live events, and the audio can be heard through your device speakers. The session is being recorded on behalf of the Microsoft Corporation. When you join this event, your name, email address, and/or phone number may be viewable by other session participants in the attendee list. By joining, you are agreeing to this experience. The recording will be available on the Tech Talks Community Dynamics page within 5 business days. If you have questions for the presenters or need support, please use the Q&A panel located on the right side of your screen. We will be responding to your questions throughout the presentation with some time at the end for your questions as well. Thank you for your patience during these announcements. Presenting for us today from Microsoft, we have Mugunthan Manny, Senior Program Manager, and Pedro Lidi, Senior Software Engineer, who is going to be standing by to answer your questions. Mugunthan, over to you to kick us off today.
Yeah, thanks, Erin. Hey, hi everyone. I'm Mugunthan Mani. I'm a Senior Program Manager in the Dynamics 365 Commerce team. Along with me, I have my co-presenter Pedro Lid. He's a Senior Software Engineer in the Dynamics 365 Commerce team. Okay. So today I'm going to talk about the new Store Commerce app we released yesterday in the Microsoft Store. Okay. So the agenda for today's session will be we'll do a little bit overview of the new Store Commerce app, talk about like what is the functionality supported by the Store Commerce app, and then like the benefits of the Store Commerce app, and do a talk about like why we build the Store Commerce app. Okay, then we will cover a little bit of the setup and configuration, like how you can set up the app in the Dynamics 365 back office, and then like in the store, like basically how you can download and install the app. After that, we will do a comparison between the different the point of sale application, the store commerce, the retail modern point of sale, and cloud point of sale. Okay. Then we'll do a quick roadmap of like what's coming and what's all the application prerequisite we need. Then we'll end with a demo and Q&A. Okay. With that said, let's get started. So the Store Commerce app, it's like a new app added to the Dynamics 365 Commerce product. Okay, so previously we have like the retail modern point of sale, cloud point of sale, and then the hybrid app, which is the Android and iOS app. So now we added like a new app called the Store Commerce, which has very similar functionality or exactly the same functionality as the other point of sales like the modern POS and cloud POS. Okay, so it also again supports the same functionality, like you can do all the point of sale scenarios, okay, the cash management scenarios and customer engagement, assisted selling and clienteling, staff and task management, product recommendation, order processing, inventory reporting, and much more. The same functionality. Okay, and also the look and feel wise, it will exactly look like the retail modern point of sale or the cloud point of sale. Okay, there is no big difference between the UX. So it's also going to use the same screen layout designer, button grids, all the improvements, whatever we have it in the other point of sale application. So this will also be exactly the same. Okay, so there is no much big difference in the UX or the functionality wise. Okay, but there are some framework changes and little benefits. I will go over this new Store Commerce app, and also later we'll do a comparison between the different apps. Okay, but overall, the functionality wise, it's same as the point of sale, the existing point of sale, and then the look and feel wise also it will look exactly the similar. Maybe we will see like one additional configuration screen during the startup to get the cloud point of sale URL, but rest all will be the same. Okay. I will give an overview of the Store Commerce app. Like I will talk about the framework and other components. Okay. So first, one new change or the framework for the Store Commerce app is think like it has more like a shell, okay, which renders the cloud point of sale. Previously, if you have used our Android or the iOS app, it is like a very similar framework. It's like a shell which renders the cloud point of sale. So now the Store Commerce is also like a shell which renders the cloud point of sale. Okay, so it uses something called the Microsoft Edge WebView 2 control to render the cloud point of sale. So this shell app uses this control and then it renders the cloud point of sale. Okay, and then other one little bit how it renders is like now it uses the Chromium engine to render the cloud point of sale. Okay, and compared to the retail modern point of sale, which is like a UWP app, which uses like the Windows UWP framework, right? But instead, this app now uses the WebView 2 control and then uses the Chromium engine to render the app, which gives like a little bit better performance, better page navigation, and load time. Okay, that's like the fundamental framework change. So we kind of created a shell and then put inside like that, we have like the WebView control to render the cloud point of sale. Okay, so when you see this app in the Microsoft Store, later I will show it that in the demo. You can see this shell app is like published in the Microsoft Store, and then you will do a separate cloud POS deployment, and then just for the shell app, you will connect to that cloud point of sale. That's kind of like a nutshell in the framework, like how we designed this app. Okay, and other big difference between our existing app and this is the application lifecycle management. Okay, so previously all our apps, it's kind of the retail modern point of sale or the Android and iOS, it was either available in the retail SDK or you need to go to a LCS self-service page and download the app. Okay, so that's kind of causing little like inconvenience in the ALM process. Every time either you have to go to LCS to download the app or like you need to go to devices, and then also if you're using the old retail SDK, every time you have to like repackage it, bundle it and deploy it, right? And also servicing the app, it's little complex when compared to this. So every time you have to like get the SDK, repackage it, rebuild it, and then if you have some extension, you have to merge it. So it was little complex. Now with this new app, we kind of simplified that entire process. So to update this shell app, so you can just first, for example, initially you will download the app from the Microsoft Store, okay, and then set it up. Then to update, you can just set up some Windows policy to do a auto update, or you can also use some Intune or SCCM, some other deployment management tools and update your app. Okay, so it's kind of like you don't have to do SDK merge or involve like a dev persona. So now your IT team can just like configure some policies to update this app. Okay, so that's update the shell app. And for the cloud point of sale, if you have any extensions or if you want to update the cloud point of sale, you just go to LCS and then click apply updates, or even you can set up configure for the auto push, I think, in the LCS. And then so it will automatically your the cloud point of sale will get updated. The cloud point of sale is part of the cloud scale unit in LCS. So once you update the cloud scale unit, it will also automatically update the CPOS. Even you don't have to like redeploy extension with every upgrade. You can like deploy extension whenever you do some changes in your extension, or else it will even continue to work. Even other cool thing is like, say for example, you updated only the cloud point of sale, but you have not updated the shell app, the Store Commerce app in the Windows Store. Still, it will work. The app is like backward compatible. Similarly, say for example, you updated the Store Commerce app to the latest version, but not the cloud point of sale. Still, the app will continue to work. Maybe some functionality which are supported, you'll get like proper error message, but the app will still continue to work. So it's kind of like forward compatible also. So that's how like we kind of overall simplified the ALM process by separating the core logic in the CPOS and then the shell app, okay, which is in the Microsoft Store, which can both can be easily upgrade, easily you can update the app. without like impacting your extension or doing repackaging, merge, or any of those complex flows. Okay. So now like just by involving IT persona, you should be able to update the app. Yeah. That's like the enhancement we did on the ALM side. Okay. Next. Okay, next is the hardware station change. Now this app will support both dedicated hardware station, that is like direct connectivity to your hardware, as well as the shared hardware station. Okay, so the one main reason you generally use cloud POS is like, hey, it has like zero footprint in the store, means like you don't have to install or anything. Directly you can open a browser and do the cloud point of sale, but it doesn't support offline and direct hardware station. But this app supports, even though it renders cloud point of sale, this app still supports direct hardware connectivity as well as the shared hardware station. Okay. So if you have a scenario where like, hey, I want the cloud POS performance, like a simple way to install and manage, but I need like dedicated hardware station support, then you can choose this app for your scenario. Okay, because it has the direct hardware station support. And then the next is the extension. Okay, so suppose if you gonna write extension for this app, generally you're not gonna write extension for the actual the store commerce shell app, but you're gonna write extension only for the cloud point of sale. So you take the retail SDK. If you're following the new SDK, you can go to GitHub and get the SDK, or you can use, if you're still using the old retail SDK, you can get the retail SDK from the LCS VM or the downloadable VHD, and then you can use the cloud point of sale solution, do your customization, package it, and then deploy it to the cloud scale unit from LCS. Okay, so from the extension wise, you do this similarly how you did for the extension previously. The same pattern is followed. So you can do that, either get the SDK from GitHub or from the retail SDK from the LCS VM, do your customization. Okay, but also one other addition thing is that's for the client and business logic, right? Suppose if you have hardware station extension, so it can be like done in two ways. If you're using shared installer, shared hardware station, then you separately package that with the shared hardware station. But if you are using dedicated, then you can create like your hardware station extension alone and then deploy it. Say for example, first I installed the shell app. Now you did some hardware station extension. You can independently create a installer for the hardware, your hardware station extension. Basically go to GitHub, get our SDK samples, and then, or even you don't have to get the samples, you can create like a new project, consume our packages from the public NuGet repo. Okay, and then write your hardware station extension, then generate a extension only installer. Then you can independently install the extension and install, uninstall, update it, right? You can do all those stuff. So that's like little difference in the hardware station. Previously, it's all like in the MPOS. If you're using dedicated hardware station, it's all like bundled together. So the drawback with that option is like, suppose when you want to update MPOS, right? Say there is a new release came from Microsoft, which either update or hotfix. Okay, you need to now take your extension again, bundle it, repackage it. Right? Now you don't have to do all those. You can independently update your the modern point of sale or the store commerce app with this new option, and then you can also like independently service the hardware station. Okay. Now the modern POS can also support this new model only if you're using the new SDK, but in the old SDK you have to like package it everything together. Okay, that's kind of like high level. We simplify the extension also. So with every upgrade, you don't have like repackage and rebuild and do it. Then small one new thing we added for this device is called Store Commerce. So in the D365 back office, we added a new device type called Store Commerce. Okay. So when you set up the device, you need to select this new device type. I will later show this in the demo. So the last thing on the overview is like the feature and performance improvement. Basically, like we are login feature or other add to cart or like some of the navigation. We kind of this now with this new app, you will get like better performance on the page load and then the page navigation because of the new Chromium engine and the WebView control we are using. So this gives like better performance when compared to the modern point of sale. Okay, maybe we are working on that benchmarking. Maybe in the future we can share some high level benefits of this app, performance benefits of the store commerce when compared to the modern point of sale. Okay, so for now one big functional gap in this product when compared to the modern point of sale is it doesn't support offline. Okay, so if you have a scenario where you need to do offline, it's not supported now, but it's like high priority in our roadmap, so we're gonna add that in the future. Okay, so then once we do the offline support, then it will have like a full functional parity with MPOS. Rest all other functionality, it's all supported. The only thing we are working on from the functional point of view is like the offline functionality. Okay, that's a quick overview about the store commerce. Okay, next I will talk about like hey, why you added like yet another app, right? Because we already have modern point of sale, cloud point of sale, and then the iOS and Android. So why it's like yet another new app, right? Think this as like an additional app or like a new app with a lot of additional benefit because we heard like a lot of feedback from our customers and partners asking like, hey, this ALM story is very complex. Every time we need a dev persona. And also we heard feedback saying like, hey, when compared to cloud POS, modern POS like rendering performance is not that great. So we need like a better performance. We love to use the cloud point of sale, but it doesn't support dedicated hardware station or it doesn't have the offline. In order to bridge all those gap, so we kind of release this new store commerce app, so which will simplify your ALM. And as I said, like first thing, it's going to use the Chromium engine, which is kind of the engine is gonna like keep on evolving, right? So it's gonna give like a lot of more and more better performance. That's a one main reason we kind of went with this design. Okay, so you'll see like faster page load, and when you navigate from pages to pages, you should see like a lot of improvements with this new app. Okay. Second, other main technical reason why we have to like come up with this new app because of the future. We need to be aligned with the future technologies and support. So the UWP JavaScript app support, which is for we did with retail modern point of sale. It's no more supported in Visual Studio 2019. Okay, so they stopped that support. So you cannot like it's kind of like now in a not supported mode. Still it will work, but it's kind of like in not supported mode. So that's other reason we have to like upgrade to this Visual Studio 2019. So instead of just upgrading that UWP to like support VS 2019, we kind of did a little bit more investigation and understood like, hey, what we can do better so that we solve our customer and problem. Also, the product is evolving. Okay. So that's the reason we kind of introduced this new store commerce app. And the other thing is kind of like trying to have a unified framework or like a pattern. So for example, now all this new store commerce app, the Android and iOS, all gonna render the cloud point of sale using this Microsoft WebView to control. Maybe the iOS and Android is kind of like little different, but the concept is the same. All of them are like a shell app which renders the cloud point of sale. Okay. So now the Android and iOS doesn't support offline, but the store commerce app going to support offline in the future. Okay. So that it has like full parity with the retail modern point of sale. Okay. Now we kind of have like a similar structure across all our different apps. Either it's cloud point of sale or like the shell apps which renders the cloud point of sale. Another big advantage if you want to see like I want to like very minimal installation ALM the thing, but I still need the dedicated hardware station. Then now this app gives you that benefit also. Okay. These are like some of the main reason like why we went with this new store commerce app. Think this more like a additional app which gonna solve some of your common pain points you faced in the other apps. As I said, the ALM performance, okay, and then the dedicated hardware station. Okay, so that's the main reason we added this new app. So suppose if you're saying like, hey, I need this performance benefit and I don't need for now at least to use it now. If you don't need offline, so you can easily install this app and start using it here. Currently it's in preview. Very soon we'll make it at GA. We're tentatively targeting like October. Yeah. That's some of the why reasons like we added it. Then next, I will talk about little bit of how you can need to do the setup and configuration and what are the prerequisites. Later we'll show this in the demo also. Okay. So first, the immediate prerequisite is this app will work only in Windows 10 and or like a Windows Server 2019, and also you need to have like the Microsoft Store support to download in the OS. Suppose if you don't have Microsoft Store enabled in your device, or if it's not available, then I think we added option to download that packages the from the Windows Store. So you can download this as like a Apex package. Sorry, I think it's called like the MSIX package. So you can download that from the store and install it in case if you don't have like access to Microsoft Store. Okay, but or I think in most of the ways you should be able to enable it. Suppose if you're not able to enable in some version of the Windows OS, then you can download the package. Okay, and other important prerequisite is you need to install the Microsoft Edge Web View 2. Basically, if you install Microsoft Edge browser, that will add the relevant WebView 2 control. Okay, so you need to install the Microsoft Edge browser. Then, even though this app is available in the store, Microsoft Store, but it doesn't mean like that app it's by itself it will work. You need to still set up and configure the Dynamics 365 Commerce back office and also make sure your CPOS is working. Because sometimes you may think like, hey, this is app by itself should work, right? But it will not. You need to have this prerequisite. Yeah. So make sure like before installing this app, you did all the back office setup and CPOS is up and running. The next change I will not say a change. It's like a new addition we did. We added like a new device type called Store Commerce so that when you generate report or telemetry, you can track by what are the available device type. Okay, so we added like a new device type in the HQ called in the devices page called the Store Commerce. So I will later show that in the setup so that during activation, the Store Commerce app will only show this device. Okay, so the next, so once you're done, install the prerequisite, done with the HQ setup, then the third step is like you need to get the Store Commerce app from the Windows Store or download the package from the Windows Store and install it in your point of sale device. Okay. And then you can, once you install it, start the app, you can follow the configuration. Basically, it's very similar, but one additional screen, it's now going to ask for your cloud point of sales. As I said, like this is like a shell app, which renders the cloud point of sale, right? So you need the CPOS URL. Okay. Then you can, for troubleshooting, if suppose you entered a wrong cloud point of sale URL or something failed during the activation, for now, you can go ahead and reset the app just in the Windows type settings and then search for click the apps menu. I will let you show that the demo. Click apps and then you can reset or uninstall and do some troubleshooting. Okay, from the settings page. Okay, so the detailed documentation of how to do the setup and configuration is published in the docs site. Okay, and also this video will be later uploaded in the Tech Talk community site, the Dynamics community site. So for you to like view it later. Okay, so the next, before going to the demo, we're going to talk about the comparison between the different modern point of sale application so that you can decide, hey, which best fits for my store topology or like for my customer. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is the lifecycle management. Okay, so as I said, the Store Commerce app is deployed using Microsoft Store, and then CPOS is deployed using CSU. So any upgrade, servicing, extend, everything will either you will do it from the Microsoft Store for the app, and then for the CPOS you will do it from the LCS for now. Okay. So any upgrade, servicing, everything you will do it from here. And since this app is kind of separated from the extension, so you can independently upgrade and service the Store Commerce app and CPOS. So it will not impact any of your extension, or you don't have to like merge or do repackaging or any of those stuff. It's all like simplified with this new Store Commerce app. Okay. And again, this is like a Windows app. Yeah. Next is the retail modern point of sale, and compared to that, this also Windows app, but how you get the app and how you upgrade is little different. You will get the app from self-service using LCS or the Commerce HQ, but when you want to upgrade this app, the modern point of sale, okay, but you have to, like, if you have extension, you have to repackage it, merge it, and rerun the installers. Little complex when compared to the Store Commerce app. Yeah. Then the cloud point of sale, it's like a browser based, so you don't have to do any setup or anything. Okay. And then it's deployed via same, like using the CLC, and to update it, you still follow the same process. Yeah. Okay. It's kind of like the store commerce is little similar to cloud point of sale, but the big benefit is like the cloud point of sale is not going to support dedicated hardware station, and it's not going to support like offline, but this guy will support, the store commerce will support dedicated hardware station as well as offline in the future. Okay. Then like next point is the framework. So the framework wise, this uses the Microsoft Web U2 and Chrome engine to render the cloud point of sale. So modern point of sale use the UWP framework of the Windows to render and load the app. Cloud POS is something very similar. It uses the same based on the browser. If you're using Chrome and Edge, it's gonna use the Chromium engine. Safari and Firefox is little different. Yeah, but it will just use the browser and it's going to download the HTML pages and render it. Yeah. Next is the hardware station. So this store commerce will support both dedicated and shared hardware station. Retail modern POS also supports dedicated and shared hardware station, but cloud point of sale will support only the shared hardware station. Yeah. Okay. Offline will be, for this app will be supported in the future. And the future, it, for now it's not supported, but in modern point of sale it's already supported. Cloud point of sale offline will not be supported. Then from the extension, when you do some customizing, either from getting the SDK from the GitHub or from the old retail SDK, you package, build the extension, you package it, and you deploy it to the cloud point of sale, and your store commerce app automatically gonna render it. Similarly, the extension for retail modern POS, it's also the same. Basically, like you write the same extension code, how it get packaged and deployed to different application type is what varies. The same extension code you write once, but say if you want to deploy to store commerce, you will package it as a cloud POS extension. If you want to deploy to modern point of sale, you will package it as a point of sale, modern point of sale extension. That's the only difference. But from the extension code wise, it's all the same. So you don't have like two different customization for like different application type. It's a one common extension code base will work across all different application type. Okay, so the key takeaways for this new store commerce app. First thing is like it's gonna have like full functional parity with the modern point of sale in the future. As I said, like for now, the only major gap is the offline, which we are working on. We'll add the support in the future. Okay, and then the other question you may have is like, hey, I'm good with my MPOS, but I like this benefit of this app, but in my store, can I run this both parallelly? Like one register can run store commerce, one can run like MPOS. Yes, definitely we support that kind of hybrid options. So if you feel like, hey, this is gonna benefit for me in my store, can I use the store commerce in addition to the MPOS? Yes, you can definitely use the MPOS and the store commerce. Okay, think this is like more like evolving MPOS and evolving cloud point of sale. Okay, so you can in your store, if you feel like this is the right fit and if it's going to give you like a lot of benefits, then definitely you can start using this app like in addition to the existing one. You don't have to like remove your old ones or something, but still you can use this as in parallel. Yeah. And the other big thing, say for example, hey, I like all the benefit. I want to migrate to this new app. You don't have to like migration should be like little straightforward. You don't have to rewrite any of your extension code or your ISV code, but only how you package it's going to be little different. Suppose previously used in modern point of sale, you can still take the same extension code, now package it as a cloud POS extension, and then you can deploy it. Okay. Similarly, for the hardware station, you take the same code, just now package it as an installer and install it. So now upgrading, or if you want to migrate, I like the benefit, and if you want to migrate, then the migration should be a little easier with this new model. Yeah, don't think like you have to spend like a lot of time to rewrite the code. Okay, then the third benefit takeaway we want to think about is like the simplified ALM, as I talked about now with Windows Store and CPOS upgrade is all like very much simplified. CPOS you can independently go to CSU and update, and then you can apply the extension whenever you want. Because generally, for example, once you're done with the extension, you may not do any enhancement for the next 3-4 months, right? So you don't have to then take every time our SDK repackage, merge, or any of those things. Just you can always take the latest update and seamlessly update it. And extensions are generally, if you write it in the following the best practice, it's always backward compatible. Okay, so you don't have to like touch your extension code. You can simply like take the latest hotfix from, or like a application enhancement, and then just apply to the both the store commerce as well as the cloud point of sale. And updating experience is like much more simplified with the new from the Microsoft Store. Yeah. And as I said, like this is going to give you better performance when compared to modern point of sale, cloud point of sale, and this will be more or less the same because depending on the browser, it's going to use the same Chromium engine. But when compared to MPOS, this will give you like a better performance. And the other key thing is like even though it's render the cloud point of sale, but still it will support dedicated hardware station and offline in the future. Yeah. Okay. So with that, I will show a quick demo. I think after that we have like one more slide about the roadmap. So before going to the roadmap, I want to show a quick demo of like how you do all the end-to-end setup. Okay. So the first step in our setup and configuration, we talked about the prerequisite. Next is like setting up the HQ, right? So I will first show the HQ changes. Okay, let me log in again to my environment. So I'm connecting to the D365 back office to set up this new device. Okay, so let me know. I already pre-created some device for the demo. Okay. So I created this 3 devices already. So if you see here, so it's basically like first step, you create a register, the same existing way how you create a register, create the register, then come to the devices page. Then here, when you click new, maybe in this case, I will edit. The one big change you do is like you're going to select this new application type called Store Commerce. So we have all these different application type. Now this is like another new type for the Store Commerce app. So select the Store Commerce app. Okay, that's it. Then select your register and save. Okay, this is the only setup you're going to do it in the back office. Okay, rest all will be the same. In the next version, you will see a Cloud POS URL here because you need the Cloud POS URL. Okay, for setting up the Store Commerce device. So in the next version, you will see update here. Also, currently the download link here will be disabled, but in the next version, you see like a forward link, which will take you to the Microsoft Store page to download the app. So that's other 2 changes coming immediately, maybe after the next, after 10, mostly in 1021. Yeah. Okay. So now I set up my devices. It's all good. Just run the, you can go to distribution schedule and then run the register job. Okay, to push these changes to your channel database. Okay, these are the only 2 steps I have to do. Okay, now I'm done with my setup for the HQ. Then the third step is getting the app from the Microsoft Store and installing it, right? So I will open your Microsoft Store. Okay, and then let me go back, and then you're going to search for this new Store Commerce app. Okay, when the search results finds app, once you click it, it will take you to the product PDP page where you can see the description about this app and also all the preview, and I think it should show the prerequisite required. Okay, yeah, and then you will, since I already installed, that's why it's showing me a launch button. But if you're not installed, I think it will show install or a get button, so you can click it and then install the point of sale application. Okay. Okay, once it will take like a less than a minute to install the app. Okay, once it's installed, then you can go to the start menu, search for the app name called Store Commerce. Then you will find this new app. Okay, so once you click that app, this will be your first welcome experience. So it's going to ask for you for the cloud point of sale URL. That will be your first step. So you can get the cloud point of sale URL from the, for example, here in the, from starting from next version, you can get it from the back office here, or for now, you can also get it from the channel. If you search for channel profiles, there also you can find the cloud point of sale URL. Or if you create like a device type called cloud point of sale, from here also you can copy the cloud point of sale URL. Okay. Also, in the next version, we are adding a header bar here, okay, which will have like a help and settings button. So the help will guide you like it will just take you to the docs page for now, and then show you like from where you can get the cloud point of sale URL. Okay, currently we didn't do that yet in the 1020 version, but it will be done in the 1021 or 1022. Okay. And also you'll have the settings button, one more settings button. The use of that setting button is, suppose if you entered a wrong cloud point of sale URL and then you clicked save, you want to reset that URL, right? Then that option will help you. Or the other scenario is like, hey, I installed this Store Commerce in my store. Okay, first for now, like before going to production, I want to point this app because the shell app is not going to change whether it's prod or test or dev, right? It's all going always going to be the same. Okay, but only where which cloud path it's pointing going to be different, right? Suppose if you want to point to the test environment, initially you may given the test URL, right? Then once you're done all with the testing, hey, now I want to switch it to production, right? In that case, you click the setting, reset the app, it will kind of clear the cache and everything. So it will again come to the welcome screen. Then you can point it to your production cloud point of sale URL. Okay. So that's the other reason why we are adding that setting button. Yeah. So now let me enter my cloud point of sale URL. It's my cloud point of sale URL, and then you can click save. Okay. So now the rest, all the experience will be almost the same. Okay, so now it will take you to the activation screen where you're gonna select your registers and store and register, the one we created before, and then continue with the activation and start doing the transaction or what are the scenarios here. I will quickly do the activation. It will take in the read server URL. Let me do the AD login for activation. Yeah, also there is some known issues with the web view to control. We are working closely with the Windows team. For example, in the previous screen, if you select any other thing, sign in as a current user or sign in with PIN or password, or maybe in your org you make a different option, it may fail. Okay, so for now, just use the password. It works with multi-factor and everything, but choose the password option for now. Okay. Okay, I'm signing in. So after AD activation, it will take me to the next step of the activation where I'm going to select the store and register. Yeah. Okay. Also, the next known issue we have with the web view to control is like, say, for example, here, if I click the drop down, it's not showing the drop down. That's like another bug in the web view to control. We're actually working with the Windows team to fix that one. It will be very soon fixed. So for now, the option is like once you click this guy, and then you can use the keyboard to select the store. Okay, but very soon this issue will be fixed here before we make it GA. Then I click next. Also, sometimes the tabbing may not work. Suppose if you try to tab from different places, it will not work. So for now, just use mouse and click the exact control which you want to change. Okay. So I'll again click this guy and then use my keyboard to select the. So This is like the pre-activator. I can take the same device. Okay, click activate. Yeah, I think it's previously activated in a different one, so we'll continue with, yeah. Okay, now once activated, so it's all rest all is like the similar experience what we had in the previous point of sale devices. Yeah. Okay, let me log in. Okay, that's fine. No hardware station installed here. Okay, now you can, if I go to the settings page here, so you can see this new Store Commerce app and what is the version you installed and all the other details in the settings page. Okay, rest all is the same. You can similarly do some transaction, what was the supported functionality. You can do all those scenarios. And also other last thing I want to show in the app. So even though it's rendered the cloud point of sale, for example, if in cloud point of sale, if you go to hardware station and click manage, you will not see the, say here I'm going to say use hardware station. See, by default it get paired to the local dedicated hardware station. This was like not supported in cloud point of sale, but now even though this app renders cloud point of sale, it supports the local hardware station. Okay, so now I can connect to my local hardware printer or any other devices, and then I can start using this app with the local hardware station. Okay, so it will again connect to printer, payment device, and all those whichever direct hardwares you want to do. So rest all is the same functionality. Okay, so you can, I think you already know about the point of sale, so I will not go into the details of these functionality. But this from the setup point of it, only like you need the cloud point of sale URL, and then you can activate and start using that. Okay. So for now, say for example, hey, I started using this one, but now I want to point to different cloud point of sale URL or reset the app, right? So the first step is you will go deactivate the app. Okay, you will say like, yes, I want to deactivate the app. But still, if you see it comes to the activation screen, you will not be able to change it to the cloud point of URL because the setting option is not available yet. But if you want to reset the app entirely for now as a workaround, or even during your activation or setting up, if something failed, you want to reset the app, just close the app, and then you can in the start menu search for settings. Okay, and then click the apps. And then you can search for the Store Commerce. Okay, once you find that app, click that app and then select advanced options. Okay. Then you can click reset here. So this will reset the entire app cache and everything. Okay, so after this reset is done, now if I go and I will try to open my Store Commerce app again. Okay, so now if I open the app, I'm opening it here. So it will again bring me to the again welcome experience or the where I need to enter the CPOS URL. Okay. So for now, like this is, I know like if it's settings button, it will be little easy, but it's very soon coming. So for now, if you want to reset the app or anything, you can follow this process. Yeah, that's a quick troubleshooting one I want to show you here. Okay, that's a quick demo on the app. How will you set it up and then install it from the store and then start using the app? Okay, it's all the same, very similar experience. So the next, let's go back to the deck. Okay, so we talked about the key takeaways. The last slide before we go to the Q&A is the roadmap and backlog. Okay, so this app for now it's available as a public preview in the Microsoft Store. Okay, so it start basically the application releases like 1020. 1020 is also now in preview. So you can, if you're a PEEP customer, if you need any help, let us know. So you can start downloading this app. The app is available in Microsoft Store. Anyone can still now go ahead and install it. It seems it's not available in all the region. We are working with a Windows team to make sure it's available in all the region. At least for now, it's available in the North America region. Hopefully it should be available in the other regions either today or tomorrow. There was like some issues with the Windows publishing pipeline, but very soon it will be like max by today or tomorrow. it should available in all the D365 supported regions. Yeah. So you can download and start using the app. Okay, you may try with the older version of cloud point of sale. It will still work, but you will get some lot of error message in between just if you want to play with it. But starting with 1020, your experience will be smooth because that's that's the supported CPOS version. Okay, but if you use older version, it will still may work, but you will get some application error message. You can click. Suppose if you don't have the 1020 yet, yeah, I have like 1018 or something. Still, I want to try it. You can play with it, but you may get some error message. But the recommended version is 1020. Okay, so this app is already in public preview. Okay, so you can try and start using the app. Okay, then the next when is the GA and long-term plan. By October 2021, tentatively we are planning to make this app GA so that anyone can start using it in production. For now, it's in preview. We are also working with our legal team to say like if any customer partner are interested to use this in production in the public preview mode, we are under our public preview license terms. We'll confirm with our legal team, and if you're interested using in production for now, maybe reach out to me or Pedro so we can follow up separately. But we are also working with our legal team to see if you get whether you can use this in production for now with as a public preview. Okay. So immediately after GA, as I said, like the one important feature we're gonna support is the offline. So we'll soon start working on this one after October timeline. Okay. So for now, if your scenario doesn't need like offline, or like you can also do like hybrid in your, so like some register may need offline, which you can use MPOS. For some other register, you can still use the Store Commerce. Okay. And also we're gonna investigate whether we can support optional package extensions, okay, in the future. For now, it's still tentative. We are not sure the web view will support this one or not, but we are working with the Microsoft Windows team on this one. Okay, the optional package extension is the new extension model we released for MPOS, the modern point of sale in 1018. Basically, like if you created the optional package extension, we want to in addition to the cloud POS extension, we want to support that also here so that it'll get a little bit more better experience where even you don't have to go to CPOS to deploy your extension. You can just like take an extension only installer. Think like more as an add-in. You can plug in, add it or remove it whenever you want, and it can be independently service the extension, more like an add-in model. Yeah. So that feature got released in 1018. So you can use it already. You can use it for your MPOS. Previously, the old MPOS was every time upgrade is like complex, right? You have to repackage, remerge, get the SDK. Suppose even if you just want to take the latest application update from Microsoft, but if you have extension, then always you need to get our SDK, and then from the SDK you get the updated features and everything. Then you take your extension and merge it, right? Now all those is simplified. You can independently just take the new installer, like for the updated MPOS for the out of the box, and install it without worrying about your extension. It will still continue to work, and then you can service extension only whenever you want to service the extension. If you are migrated to the new independent extension model, this is like supported. We call that as like a optional package. Okay, so quick synopsis, like the public preview is 1020, and then what are the HQ changes? I showed the device setup and everything is available in 1019. Okay, and also just like to help you with the setup configuration or videos, the tech talk, it's done today, and the videos will be available like later next week. Okay, and also we are doing the monthly webinar tomorrow. The webinar will be like a quick 5 to 10 minutes quick run through of the end-to-end flow. Okay, so we'll showcase that, and also the detailed documentation on the setup. It's all published, but the website update with the Store Commerce, it's all like planned tentatively June, but it may get delayed. So which will talk about the new Store Commerce. But at least for now, the doc site and the webinars and the videos will be available for you to like learn more about this app. Yeah. So with that, we almost come to our end of the session. So I just want to give like enough time for the last 5 to 10 minutes to take any questions. So both me and Pedro will help answering any of your questions. Yeah. I think we showed the demo. Let's go to the Q&A. And before going to the Q&A, thanks everyone so much for attending the session. Yeah. So let's go to the questions. I will see like the unanswered one and start answering it here. Okay, so the first question is, there are customer with Windows Enterprise LTS version, as those are long-time support Windows version valid for many years. This will require new Windows version update. Any thoughts on how and when the earlier MPOS will be mandatory? There are upwards of 1,000+ registered that requires an update. So it's going to be a challenge working with such customers. Okay, so I think the concern is like how to, if I understood correctly, like how to update the Windows, the LTS version to support the new Store Commerce app, or any thoughts on how and when the earlier MPOS will be like? Maybe I didn't understood this part. Any thoughts on how and when the earlier MPOS will be mandatory? Maybe I will follow up with you offline to see like how we can support this Windows. So thanks for sharing this feedback. Maybe I will also check with the Windows team to see how we can support this. Yeah. Okay. Then the next question. In the new tab, we have like all the updates to MPOS working with Intune. Actually, it should work with Intune also. So if you set up deployment option configuring to use Intune, it should work. Yeah. Maybe if it's not working, please file a bug. We can help with it. Yeah. The next question we have is the offline. When we add the offline support, will it work with SQL DB like today or something else? We are still investigating that option, whether it will be like a SQL Express we're going to install or something lightweight. But for now, at least the initial idea is like SQL Express, same like what we have today. But during our offline design, it may change. Yeah. So next question is, what will happen with customer who are already using MPOS? Has it planned to be deprecated? I would say it's not like a deprecated, but I think Store Commerce is like this way. Hey, this is like another new enhancement or evolution to the MPOS with better benefits. So you can still continue to use MPOS in your cause suppose if you recently went like live with the MPOS in all your 100 stores or whatever, right? It doesn't make like quickly, you cannot like switch all this to Store Commerce, even though it has greater benefit. So we will put this in. Still MPOS will still continue to work and you can still continue to MPOS and you will still get all the updates and everything. But think if possible, use Store Commerce for your scenario because it's going to have like a lot of other ALM and performance benefit, but we are not going to immediately deprecate MPOS or anything. So don't worry about it. So you can still continue to use MPOS, and also the hybrid scenarios also supported. Like you can use both MPOS and Store Commerce here. The next question is, for Android and iOS, we don't need to build it using Xamarin anymore. No, for now it's still required because Android and iOS still in the retail SDK. You need to get the app and build it. But the next step we are working on is like how to support the Android app to like publish it to the Google Play Store so that you can download the app from there so that you don't have to like something like similar to Store Commerce. We're gonna do that as a next step for immediately for Android and maybe iOS a little later. So, but for now, still you need to use the SDK and build it. But definitely we are working on publishing it to the Google Store. So then you can just download, install it, and then just provide your cloud point of sale. Okay. Okay, the next question is, what about events and bugs to be monitored? So the Store Commerce Shell app will also write to telemetry and also the cloud point of sale. However, it's the same way like how we follow now, our logs will go to the app insights. For the extension log, you can either bring your own app insight or you can follow like a different way to log. Also, we in 10.21, I think we added this 10.20 or 21. We are adding the feature like where you can provide your app insights key. Then we will push all the error log to your app insights also. Okay. For now, all the logs and errors you can get it only from the LCF, but definitely we're gonna once we enable that bring your own app insights, then you can plug in the app insight even to get the Store Commerce app error and monitoring. Yep. Okay. Next question is, does the shared hardware station also compatible to the localization for the physical printer requirement. It is recommended to have a separate CSU for Store Commerce. Okay, so the first question, I'm not sure. Maybe I need to check with my localization team. Okay, whether its physical printer will be supported with shared hardware session. Hopefully it should be, but I'm not sure. Maybe drop me an email to me or Pedro. We can follow up with this one. Okay. And then the next question is it recommended to have a separate CSU for your store commerce? It depends on your store topology. Suppose if you want the CSU running locally in your store, then you can have a separate CSU, or you can have the cloud instead. It doesn't matter. So it mostly depends on your topology. I'm not sure whether you're asking about a separate instance of cloud or in store, but it depends on your topology. But from our recommendation side, it doesn't, it all depends on your topology. There is no recommendation from us like, hey, the store commerce will only work with the a CSV self-hosted or cloud. It depends on your topology. We support both. Yeah. So the next question is, how will device license impact if we plan to use MPOS and store commerce in a same device with same AD user? I think it will be still, if you're planning to use this as like another, it will be still considered as like another new device. So you may need like another device license for this one. So when I meant initially the hybrid model, I think the way I was proposing, say, suppose if you have like 3 register and out of those 3 register, only 2 need like offline, one may not need offline, then you can start using the store commerce as the third device. But ideally, if you're using both store commerce and MPOS, it will need like 2 different device license, because when you activate, you're going to select like 2 different devices, right? Yeah, but in our device license doesn't matter like how many users log into the same user, but it goes by the number of devices. Yeah. Okay, and then the next question, will this topology work with RSSU? Yes, it will work with RSSU. Yeah, if your cloud pass running from RSSU or like from the cloud, it doesn't matter. So you just need to give the URL. Yeah. The next question is, for how long will MPOS and CPOS are available in the future before they are replaced by Store Commerce? For now, we don't have any immediate plan to, definitely CPOS will not be deprecated. And also for now, we immediately don't have any plan to deprecate MPOS or CPOS. Okay, so all will be supported. I think, as I said, like this is like yet another new app with some additional benefits when compared to MPOS and CPOS here. The next question is also same. Will the device type for MPOS and CPOS will be removed in the future? As I said, like for immediately, we don't have any plan to deprecate MPOS. So if your customer is using MPOS and they say like, hey, we don't want to immediately migrate for now to this new model, then like they can feel free to like do it whenever they want. But think like this has like a lot of benefits. So if you like to use it, you can definitely go with the Store Commerce app. For now, there is no immediate plan to deprecate MPOS and CPOS. Yeah. Then the next question is, what mass deployment options are supported to help customer convert their in-store operation to leverage the store commerce? So we are working on a documentation with talk about like how you can say previously if you did mass deployment with MPOS, now how you can do that with store commerce. Very soon we will publish this doc. Yeah. The next question is also same. Will it work with RSSU? Yes. Then we have lost 3 more. Question. Okay. Is there a possibility of having a config file so that the activation process to get the URL store, etc. from it? Yeah, I think we are still investigating this option. Maybe soon we'll update this whether it's possible or not in our doc site here. Okay. Then the next question is like MPOS is having very good performance. It was faster than CPOS. Have you took care of the things in the store commerce? Definitely. Some of the things, yes, we are still investigating more on the store commerce performance, but hopefully MPOS and CPOS should have like more or less the same performance. But if you feel like some scenarios where MPOS has better performance, but not the CPOS, please do share us. Like we can definitely investigate this year. Maybe you can drop an email to me or Pedro. Yeah. And then the last question is dual display will be still available? I think it should be supported. Pedro, can you confirm it will work, right? Yeah.
So I haven't tested yet. The display is available. So we plan to have it, but I cannot confirm yet.
Okay.
Since it's in preview.
Yeah, thanks, but we'll definitely validate this and get back to you. Yeah. Generally, previous CPOS doesn't support dual display, but with this one we will double check. But it's a good point. Yeah. Okay. Think that we have. Okay, one is just feedback. Thanks for that. Yeah. So I think with that we kind of answered almost all the questions, and we are on time. Again, thank you so much for all taking the time and attending the session, and thanks for your feedback. If you have any more feedback or if any of your customer want to try this in preview, please do drop me or Pedro an email. We can follow up on from that. Yeah. Thanks everyone. Yeah. So
excellent. Thank you, Magunthan. Thank you, Pedro. I've pasted a link to a short survey in the Q&A panel. If you could please take that, we'd greatly appreciate it. Your feedback is important to us, and we'd love to hear what you'd like to see in future events. Thank you for your participation today. As a reminder, today's recording is going to be available on the Tech Talks Community Dynamics page within about 5 business days. I'd like to extend a big thank you to our presenters today and to our audience for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, wherever you may be.